Hey there, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. I'm Violet. If this is your first time to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. So today I am participating in a collab called Cover Me and Funshine, which is hosted by Crafting and Mimi's World alongside her co-host Lisa Burnham and Teresa B. DIY. Something unique about this playlist is that only Florida crafters are participating. So what we were supposed to do is share something that describes or that we love about living in Florida. So one of the things that I absolutely love about living in Florida are the beaches. So I decided to share with you how to make a beach theme wedding on a budget. I hope you enjoy. Also, I'm leaving the playlist of everyone that participated in this collab down below in the description box for you to go and check out everyone's beautiful DIYs. So the first thing we're going to do is a centerpiece. And what I decided to do is make a tall centerpiece using two of these ceramic candle holders from Dollar Tree, of course, and I used permanent glue and some hot glue to attach two of them together, just stacking one on top of the other. Now the great thing about these candle holders are they're already painted white. At the local Dollar Tree where I live, they're white and also black, and they're also in the round shape like the ones I got in the square shape. So you have some unique different styles that you can do depending on which ones you decide to use. Next, what I did was grab one of these large fish bowls and add some permanent glue and hot glue as well on the bottom and attach it right to the top of my stacked candle holders. Now I decided to go ahead and make a set of these just to make it more larger centerpiece. And what I did was just grab another ceramic candle holder and do the same thing by adding permanent glue and hot glue to the top of my candle holder and the bottom of my fish bowl and attach those two together as well. Then I allowed them to dry. Once they were all completely dry, I added some of these rocks that are white, but you can also use sand as well. Then I grabbed a bag of these shells from Dollar Tree. Of course, if you live in Florida, you can always go to the beach and grab different shells from the beach and it'll be absolutely free. But I just went ahead and grabbed a bag of these shells from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to add randomly a different amount of shells in each one of my centerpieces. Then I added a candle right in the center. So next, I decided to go ahead and make a bouquet because, of course, trying to keep this wedding on a budget, one of the most expensive things that you can get is your bouquet. So I decided to go ahead and share with you how you can make one on a budget by using some Dollar Tree florals and some shells. And what I did was paint some shells gold and then I let them dry. Then I grabbed a few bunches of white roses and some greenery, and I just cut the stems individually in order to make my bouquet. So once I cut everything up, I grabbed my dry gold painted shells and I added them onto some sticks and with some hot glue, and I try to get different sizes of the shells. Now, depending on how many shells you want in your bouquet is how many you're going to go ahead and glue onto your sticks. One of the great things about making your own bouquet is you can use fresh flowers or artificial, and you can also keep it forever. You can make the smaller one to throw and then the larger one for yourself. So what I did was after I glued all my shells to my sticks, I went ahead and just started grabbing some flowers and greenery into one of my hands and just bunching them up and designing it and decorating it just the way you like, just by, again, adding some greenery anywhere you want, and then just continue adding your flowers. This is going to be your personal preference because it's basically uniquely your style. Then I just started adding some shells along with my flowers all throughout my bouquet. And again, you can add as many shells as you like. Just keep playing with your bouquet and working it. Just make sure you hold on to it very tightly with one of your hands while you start adding all your greenery and flowers together. So after working with my bouquet for a while, I decided to go ahead and do something different, which I think would be better for you to do instead of gluing and attaching your shells to sticks, is I attached my shells to the greenery instead of the sticks. That way they're easier to move around and you can actually bend them and shape them and decorate them any way you like into your bouquet instead of them being just stiff and up high. So as you can see, I just have some right here with some shells attached to my greenery, and that way I can just bend them and insert them anywhere I like, and it just looks a lot more prettier if you ask me. So that might be something you want to do just from the very beginning, is actually attach your shells to your greenery. So once you're done and you're happy with your bouquet, go ahead and get some zip ties, and don't tighten it completely because that way you can adjust everything and cut the stems and do whatever you need to do before you actually tighten these zip ties, because once you tighten them, you won't really be able to move anything from your bouquet. So I just loosely tightened them, made sure everything was the way I wanted it, and I bent everything, adjusted the flowers. Then I just went ahead and tightened those zip ties. So once you're done adjusting everything, just make sure you tighten them very well and pull one up as high as possible. And then go ahead and cut that extra pieces of the zip tie. Now what I did was kind of cut the bottom of each one of the stems just to make them nice and even instead of having them all different random sizes. Now there you have it, you can basically be done there, but what I decided to do was get one of these hula skirts. This one is a table skirt, and I just cut a few pieces of it and went ahead and made a braid with this raffia. So just go ahead and split your raffia into 3 and just start braiding. And you can make this as tight or as loose as you want, just depending on how thick you want your braid. And if you don't want that natural organic look with just the raffia, you can easily use ribbon as well in this area. So just go ahead and continue wrapping all of the raffia. Then you just go ahead and attach the top part. And I used the jute twine that was on the skirt already just to tie a knot right at the top part. But you can also just use your hot glue gun to attach it. Then I just started wrapping that braid around the bottom of my bouquet in order for it to be a handle. Once you get to the bottom, all I did was use my hot glue gun to attach it and wrap it all the way around. And then I let it dry and then glued the rest of that little part that I cut off just to make sure it was all nice and secure and just looked more professional when it was all tightened down. And there you have it. So again, you can stop here or you can just continue decorating. So what I decided to do was, with that piece that I cut off, I glued it on the top and made the raffia just kind of flow down from the bottom of what's going to be my bouquet. So all I did was just twist it and then tie it right on the top part of my bouquet. Now you can make it a bow. All I did was just tie a knot. Just make sure it's nice and tight. You can add a little bit of hot glue here just to make sure it doesn't slip or untie. Then I just cut the raffia to the size I wanted. And then just fluffed it up and made it like a little half circle on the bottom of my bouquet. So once I was done with that, I went ahead and just grabbed some more of the ribbons and jute twine that I had from different styles. And I decided to go ahead and make a small bow just to put right at the top part of my bouquet as well. And I just wrapped it around my fingers a few times. And then just used some jute twine and tied the bow together. So you can leave this bow as is and just attach it to your bouquet. But what I decided to do was just trim the tails off a little bit. And then I grabbed some of these mini shells that I had from a jar from Dollar Tree that has a bunch of mini shells in it. And I just attached a few of them to each one of the tail pieces of my bow. And I just attached them with a little bit of hot glue. So once I made my bow, I just decided to go ahead and put it on the top part of what my bouquet is, basically what your bride is going to see. And here is the unique thing. What you can do here is if you have a special charm or anything that you want to add, here is where I would add that part of, or that special memory that you want to attach to your bouquet. And there you have it, a beautiful coastal beach theme bouquet. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, again, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. And also don't forget to go check out everybody's DIYs, because I know there's some fabulous ones in there as well with the Florida theme. So I hope you enjoy. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.